Gamers, welcome to another edition of This Week in Gaming. I am your host, Aaron Provost. Where we're going to give you the gaming news that gamers like us want to know about. I'm joined this week by the incomparable Stevie V. Stevie
Good
V,
evening.
how are you? How's things been? How's life?
I am very, very good, Aaron. Thank you for asking. Life is well, going well, and keeps getting better. Can't complain too much. Wouldn't matter if it did, but I'm here. We're chilling, and we've got some things we're excited about. And like Aaron said, we're here to bring you the nerd stuff that you guys want to know. For nerds, by nerds, because we love you, nerds.
Because we love you nerds. Uh, I would jump right in and start talking about some of the stuff that I've been playing, but I will just be honest, and I've been completely slammed with work, and catching up on some life stuff. But Stevie, what have you been playing in the last week or so?
So definitely been doing all the Tarkov pre-wipe stuff. Just leading up to everything that's going to happen on Sunday, which is going to be awesome. We found a couple of cool mods on Insurgency Sandstorm. That game is slowly becoming a well-played regular on the stream and in the circuit because mods just make things better. Like
Mm.
they just do. I think a game like Fallout 76 would have been dead, buried, and left in the desert to die years ago if it wasn't for the modding community just making it better and doing cool stuff for it. That's just one example that I'll use. There are so many more examples, but I use that as the example because it's just crazy to see what modders and mods can do for a game. And Insurgency Sandstorm has always been fun. It was always really dope what they did over at Focus Interactive with the Insurgency franchise, but the modders have really made it pretty phenomenal. We found a horror uh mod. It was like zombies. They went and they took all of the creepy like zombie things of like the last 15 years. You had Mr. X from Resident Evil. You had the crab heads from Life. You had the Nazi zombies. You had the different zombie variations from I understand Resident Evil, but it's just they just like sprinkled all this really cool stuff over the top of it, and it's still Insurgency. So there's like a bunch of guns that you can mod out, and you play with your friends and do stuff, and it's super layered for being just regular Insurgency, but
Yeah.
with the modding on it, you get caught up in the game and the mods, and it's just so much fun. So we've been doing that. I picked up a game called SnowRunner recently. That's a cool little, not like farming simulator, but kind of in the same thread of just you're just gonna drive for hours, and it's just gonna be therapeutic. So something in the same line as that. But it's been rad. It's been good. There really isn't, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. There really isn't a whole lot of gaming and stuff for gaming coming out. I mean, it's already all kind of hit. Halo finally hit. Um, 2042 still trying to keep his head above water. The Tarkov wipe is happening. Um, all the big things and all the big stuff's happening next year. Really, what quarters they're happening, we don't know. But you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, I
I think
think
everybody's just kind of doing laps with what they've been playing for the last couple of months right now, with not a whole lot on the horizon.
yeah, and I think we got a little bit of shock with the stuff that was happening with Battlefield not quite hitting the way that we were expecting it to. I think a
Yeah.
lot of people were expecting that to kind of take over, and it kind of didn't do that. It started to fall a little flat pretty early for people, and we definitely going to get into some of that too with the Halo stuff, the Tarkov wipe. Um, One of the little interesting notes, I thought that it was. SnowRunner is actually made by the same people for a game that we are going to be talking about pretty at length coming up. Um, Space Marine 2 was announced.
Ooh.
So Focus and Saber, Focus being the publisher, Saber being the developer, they made SnowRunner. So these are the same people that did that game. And it looks
So
awesome.
excited.
We're gonna get more into it. We're gonna get into that. But there was also a Star Wars game announced, and it looks so very fun. It looks so very good.
I
Um,
anybody that's in either the frat house, the Call for Fire Discord, watches Call for Fire Twitch, CV, whichever. If you
Wherever
watch
you're at in the
wherever you're at,
universe of This Week in Gaming,
you
you
know
know that these games are very big to us and they are very important to us.
there is only two universes that matter, and it is the Star Wars universe and the Warhammer universe. Everything else is just
Everything else is
flair.
there, but these are the two biggies, and we got two trailers, one each from each universe,
Been
on
a
the
very
same exact day.
it's been a very exciting like 16 hours
Yes, it's
because
been a very hype one.
you end the night and you had the Space Marine 2 trailer.
Yep.
And it was like, holy shit. And then you went to bed. And it was like, man, Space Marine 2. Oh, is it going to be Mark Strong again? Oh, that'll be, yeah, let's do that. And then you wake up and you get smacked right in the face with a Star Wars trailer that left you with a cavalcade of emotions.
So I had the flip flop of that. As I
Oh,
started my day yesterday, probably I forget exactly what time the trailer hit for Star Wars, but I was like right there for Star Wars hitting, and then right before I was going to bed, Space Marine started dropping, and it started going crazy in the Discord, and I was just like, "Oh my God, what?
what is
What is
this? Yeah.
happening?" And it turns out it was the Game Awards that were happening last night. They were doing all the craziness as part of
Yep.
that bigger piece. Congrats to everybody that won last night. We're not going to talk about those. We're here to talk about uh, Star Wars and Space Marine. That's all we're here to talk about. We have some other things on the docket. We're going to watch a couple trailers, and we're going to kind of get into the little pieces that we are interested in seeing and playing and messing around with. But the meat and potatoes, what we're here for,
Yep.
is the universes that we genuinely love and care about, and that like my whole this whole damn thing back here is just full of those two universes. So I don't know why we talk about anything else. Um, that's all that is just Star Wars and
We just
Warhammer.
we just
That's it.
we just try to keep it we just keep it honest and talk about the other things is all it is. That's all.
Yeah, it's just a show that we have more depth to us than the surface layer of what my
It's all
entire.
it's all a facade. This
It's
is what it's
just
about.
it's just the
I mean
brick on the outside. It's not real. It's not structural.
you look right here. It's just bam blam blam blam. It's just
Yeah,
Stavros.
yeah.
Oh, it's
So
right there.
to to help pay for all of the Star Wars figures and
Drum roll, please.
Warhammer figures, let's talk about our sponsor, ShopCallForFire.com.
.com.
Say it with me, everybody. ShopCallForFire.com's got
Dot
all the
com.
great stuff that you need for yourself to wear out into the world. We have T-shirts, we have hoodies, we have regular sweatshirts, we have muscle tees, we have hats. We don't have socks. Don't bug me about socks. I don't really like the socks. So make sure you come and check us out. ShopCallForFire.com. It's all designed by yours truly. I'm always out there trying to make something new, make something fun, make something interesting for the veteran and nerd community. So make sure you guys come check us out. Even if you aren't a vet, we have some stuff for you under our civilian section. So make sure you check it out.
All you geardos and super civilians will be happy.
You'll be super happy with what you get.
Very, very,
It's
very.
always a good time, and you will find something fun and interesting and cool and actually wearable into the world at large. Stevie, I think we need to get
Sir.
started with our one, two, three, fours. We're going to hit some
Yes,
quick
we
notes.
do.
We're going to watch some quick trailers, and we're going to just jump right in and start getting it going.
Yeet.
First up, we have, ready for it? Halo Infinite campaign has launched.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's real. It's a thing. People can play this. You are now frozen because I'm swapping between windows, but there we go. I'm interested in playing the campaign. I'm not a super Halo multiplayer person. I will definitely
Me
jump in
either.
on that, just probably just to stream it and play for fun because it's free and I can play with everybody. Um, I'm not a multiplayer Halo guy. I was in the barracks playing Halo 1. Fucking loved it. It was a good time. Four player split screen was the best. And then Halo 2 and 3 came out. It was all online. I wasn't really super into it. And then I became a Battlefield player for the rest of my life. Um, I'm interested in playing Halo campaign, and this one sounds and seems like it's right up there with some of the best. So I'm definitely gonna be checking this out moving forward, even if it is just to get the Game Pass and then jump in and finish it out, and then not play it again. Um, Stevie, what I think we should just jump in and watch this trailer because I don't even think I've seen this trailer yet. So
You haven't? Oh, check
I
it
think
out.
I'm interested. Yeah,
Oh, you need
here
to
we go.
watch it. You need to watch it.
If you knew how you were going to die, how would you live your life? How would you live your life differently?
This is my world now. Humanity will be all but a memory. This ring will be operational.
The Banished are planning to fire this ring.
We need help, not heroics.
We protect humanity, whatever the cost.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
You have one bullet against an entire army.
It's enough. What happened?
Something pushed back.
You are not the future.
Our battle ends here. Bear witness.
Is everyone trying to kill you?
It kind of seems like it.
Play it day
Always a good
one
time.
with Game Pass.
Always a good time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's gonna be a good one. Honestly, it looks great. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be. So far, everything I've heard about it, it's right up there with some of the stuff that we were kind of getting used to with Halo 3, right? So it's in that same vein. Um,
Mhm.
I'm 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 super excited to give it a try. It doesn't sound like there's multiplayer co-op
Co-op stuff.
until
Yeah,
March,
I don't
which
know.
is that's a huge setback, which sucks. But if I'm just gonna jump in and play it and be done, that probably doesn't upset me too much in the long
So
run.
there's like a lot of like open world stuff to do in this one though, isn't there? Like you can like kind of like just go around and it's not as linear as the previous ones. Like you can like travel like different realms of like the ring and all that and like different areas and do different shit. So it's like there's kind of a freedom there, like the open world freedom. So are they just kind of making sure all of that irons out and polishes out? They don't want to have the Fallout 76 co-op debacle where people were loading in and one was above the map, one was under the map, and then
Oof.
like things all just jacked up like that. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
It could make sense. Plus, I mean, they already set this game back a couple of months, right? Back,
Mu-
right?
Supposed to come out at the beginning of this year.
Was this supposed to come out at the beginning of the year? I can't even
It's
remember
supposed to
exactly.
come out
Yeah.
at the beginning of the year.
There you go. So we're looking at a game that they're like making sure is polished and ready to go. So it does make sense that anything
Yeah.
that messes with that formula of keeping it nice and neat and clean, um, if that is what's happening, then if it takes the extra time to make sure that that is right, then that's what they need to do. So good on them for creating a game that people seem a little hype about. So the story sounds like it's doing great with everybody's expectations, and I'm excited to give it a go. So, moving on though, we talked about this before. The Pacific for Call of Duty
Yes.
is
Caldera.
finally up and going. Caldera. I haven't had a
Mhm.
chance to jump in. I don't know if you have yet, but I
No.
I figure we can just kind of jump in and start kind of getting a little bit of a look at this because yeah, I haven't jumped in on it yet, but it seems like it's going well. It seems like people are excited about this. Um, I've seen some wonky gun action happening from people like Stone Mountain. He's been posting pictures, or not pictures, but some of the video and stuff that he's been doing has been a little bit
Yeah.
funny watching them kind of just get crazy with the guns. Uh, I think them adding a lot more vehicle stuff in this is great.
Mhm.
I'm totally down. So they have straight up killed off Verdansk, right? Is that what they've done?
I believe that is what has happened. I
Yeah.
believe that
So
Verdansk is no more.
Verdansk is just done for now. We will likely see that come back. Viva la Verdansk. I don't. We'll see. It'll
Yeah.
probably come back in the future, and it'll be like a complete fucking revamp. It in now that I'm saying it out loud, they'll probably bring Verdansk back with the next Infinity Ward game.
Yeah.
That's probably
Well,
what they'll do.
yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is what they're.
Yeah.
That's the next
More
one
than
up.
likely, I think that's what we're looking at is we get a
Mhm.
revamped version of that map or some version of that. For now, we get to play in World War II land. This looks cool. It's kind of weird seeing all of the modern characters and crap all over a World War II map, but whatever. It's Call of Duty. They're just gonna do whatever the hell they want to do anyway. I think they've proven that. Uh, I'm 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 down. I want to go play this. I haven't had a chance to. Like I said, things have been a little bit crazy. This was one that's definitely on the docket to just go out there and give a go.
Yeah.
But in my like normal gaming rotations, I don't expect myself to be in there that often unless the game mode is
No.
just awesome.
Same.
So,
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. Unless you're a diehard Call of Duty fan or you're somebody that just really wants to dive into like the Pacific part of this, it looks fun. It does look like it's going to be fun. It looks like it's something that's going to be very intriguing to play as far as like having these characters in like the World War II map like you were saying.
yeah,
But yeah, not something that's really jumping on my radar too much. I mean, it's still Warzone. You're still going to have the cheese is still going to be there from other players. The hacks are still going to be there. It's all still there.
yeah. I saw some update from the Ricochet thing pop up on my Instagram recently, and I just kind of scrolled past it because it became such a non-thing instantly for people that I just am not interested in hearing anything until like the player base is like, yes, the game has gotten rid of hackers because of this. But in reality, like I think just online gaming just has hackers at this point. I'm not saying it's the
Yeah,
developers' fault. I think the gaming community is
it just happens.
it's just a thing. Um, Moving on though, we got Battlefield is finally. I'm just playing random clip from Battlefield at this point because uh really like we're just yeah, it's 3.1 at this point already, right? Patch 3.1 is what they're calling this one. We're getting some more fixes are coming. I don't know what to say about the patch at this point. We just had a patch that was supposed to fix a bunch of things. We have another patch that's fixing a bunch of things. I'm down with
It,
patches. Do
it's
not get
it's
me
it,
wrong.
yep.
You just can't get excited about a random patch when it's
Yeah.
3.1. Great. What does that mean to me?
Mhm.
Am I getting did you fix the bullet issue? Like that's the
Uh,
like that's did you fix
did
the
you fix the
CPU
bottleneck?
drain bottleneck? Yeah, like
Yeah.
what have we fixed that is going to make a big impact with the community that have
Yeah.
already purchased this game that want to play this game when it's good? Um, I say when it's good because it's gonna be a minute, right? Like it's gonna be a minute before this is great, and I still stand by my thoughts on this that you just need to hang out You just need to wait until
Yep.
season 1 or season 2. Like mid-season 1, I think would be a good spot. Maybe season
Mhm.
2 for those that are just kind of looking to see where this game goes. So, we also apparently are going to see some. I saw a random news article said we're getting a Santa versus Elves mode for Battlefield Portal. I'm totally excited to see it. I want to see it. I'm totally down to play it, and I will
See,
do it on
I
stream
think
if it comes up.
yeah, I think that I said that'd be a good one to check out when it drops. You know, if it even hits, it could just be some shit.
It
You know,
could just be
somebody.
some random rumor,
Yeah,
right?
it could be. Yeah, somebody said it in an email, and then somebody said it. In a hallway by a coffee machine, and it's like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing,
Yeah.
and it turns out that's not the case at all. So who knows?
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what comes from Battlefield. I I just wait. I'm just waiting. I mean, I'm not able to jump in for the last week, so I'm not terribly worried about what is being patched in the game right now. But I I'm waiting for it to be great for people so that we can all play together. So
Yeah.
until then, we'll probably play some random Hazard Zone, maybe some old Bad Company and Battlefield 3 maps. Um, Moving on, though, we have Escape from Tarkov is doing the 12.12 patch on 12.12. So, uh, Stevie, you're
Gimme,
it's
gimme.
this is all you, man. I'm totally
Ah,
down for Tarkov patching. I'm totally down for Tarkov wipes. I've said it before that I don't fully support the wipe system, but I understand it when it comes to the beta. I totally get it.
yeah.
This is your baby. Go. Tell me what's exciting. What are we getting?
So we're getting Lighthouse finally, which is kind of odd in how that whole thing popped up because earlier in the year they released a trailer for Streets, kind of with the perception that Streets was the next map that we're getting. Well, no, yes, but no. So Lighthouse is coming out now. Lighthouse looks like a very cool mashup of woods, shoreline, and then like the buildings of reserve. So just take those three things in your brain and just mash them all together on a coast. Like that's what Lighthouse looks like it's going to be, which is cool. They're adding in a couple of new guns, so it looks like they're going to add in a couple of just for the sake of talking about vendors you're going to get them from. Looks like we're going to get a couple of Jaeger weapons. They're adding a double-barreled shotgun. They're adding a cylindrical 20 gauge shotgun, like an old like varmint shotgun. That's going to be in. They were adding a couple new red dots. That's going to be kind of dope. Just for the sake of the red dot availability for AKs, like early game AKs. There's not really a whole lot, so I think this is going to be kind of a cool mix up for that. There's a rangefinder, which is going to be dope. That'll be really rad for sniping psychopaths like myself and Cam 11 Bravo, who like to, reach out and touch you from very far away and send you back to the main menu.
Give us that
So we're
shooter
going to enjoy
spotter.
that. And we're going to enjoy that very much. The biggest thing that is going to be coming from this that I'm excited to see is the Inertia System. So, for those of you that are familiar with Tarkov, or for those of you that aren't, the movement in the game is very much gamer like. What I mean by that is you can go up to a door and you can sidestep around like Super Mario, Smash Brothers, just there's no inertia at all. It's just you're moving, you hit the button, you're going. Now with the inertia system, it's going to be a little more hyper realistic where you won't be able to sidestep like you're robotic. You're actually going to move one way and then have to move another, and it's going to be more human. I guess I'll just say the word. It's like it's just to be more realistic. A lot of people are complaining about it. I've heard a lot of people say that if I can't, if I can't do this, then I'm just not going to play anymore. And that's very interesting sentiment to me because everything else that Tarkov does is, for the most part, it's a video game still. it's very hyper real in everything that they do, their presentation, the way that everything's executed with their guns and their ballistics and the armor, and just the way that the medical system works. I mean, it's all very grounded in some level of realism, and the inertia system is just going to be another layer for that. Right now on the market, the FPS market, there's not a game that's out there. There's not another game out there like Escape from Tarkov. It really does sit in a class of its own with the detail, the attention to detail, with the attention to details of the details. And I know that doesn't make sense when I say it, but the reason I say that is just right when you start to think like, man, that's really amazing that they did this. You go and look at something else, and it's like, wow, I would have never noticed that if I wasn't just like completely engrossed in this game and not paying attention to every little thing that's happening.
Yeah.
It really does sit in a class of its own. So the inertia system is going to be very interesting. Couple new guns. They're all the HK fans out there. You're finally getting your USP 45 that they've been teasing for like 3 years. The
Finally.
Scar, the Scar H is coming in. For all of you Scar lovers out there, you nutcases, that's
All
coming
you
in.
UGG boot.
Pretty much. It's I don't know if they're doing too much with the lighting. They did show Lighthouse at like the three different stages of the day. Showed like early morning, midday, and then like toward the evening. And that looked really cool. There's like I think another thermal optic is coming. So they had like the little mini thermal that you got with this last update, and I think there's another one that they're gonna throw in there too. Um, it just seems like they're gonna the direction that they're going. So here's one thing people have to understand: this is not the main game that Battlestate wants to work on. There's another game, Russia 2028. That's the main game they want to do. This is just them. This is how they're going to make their money. This is how they're going to test their system, and it's going to jump into something totally different. Now, that's not to say they're not putting some good work in with Tarkov. There's a lot of people that hate this game. There's also a lot of people who love this game, and that's what Tarkov is. It's a love-hate game. You either love it or you hate it, but either way, you still play it. There's guys I know that play this game religiously that talk about, oh, Tarkov's a shit game. Oh, it's just such a shit game. It's like, dude, you've played this game for 13 hours today.
Yeah.
How could it be that shit if you've played it for that long? Because there's nothing else like it, and that's what makes it good. So these updates and these wipes and everything that are happening are very, very intriguing, and I can't wait to see more of where they're going. Especially with uh, Streets of Tarkov is the last official map that will be coming out for Escape from Tarkov. Once Streets of Tarkov comes out, the game is pretty much updated and it's will be coming out of beta at that phase. To my understanding, that's how that's going to work. There's still going to be the maps of Terminal and Suburbs. Those are going to be scav only maps. A lot of people are curious on how that works. Well, you look at a map like Labs, that is a PMC only map, and you're fighting only raiders, and that's how that map goes. So I'm very interested to see what they do with the scav only map. Like, is what are the enemies going to be? Are they going to be raiders? Are they going to be like Russian military? Is it going to be UN? Like there's so many things come to mind and what they could do and what direction they might go with that, and it's very exciting to see how that's going to work, especially going forward. But yeah, 12/12 coming out on 12/12, and it's going to be super fun. If you guys want to play it right now and dive into it, enter at your own risk. But just so you're aware, on the map interchange, all of these scab bosses from all the maps are 100% spawn on interchange spread out. So everybody, all the big boys are there, and they're spread out pretty evenly too, which is nice. But if you're looking to do something a little fun, a little speedy, that's not a bad time right there. Pre-wipe events are good. I don't know if it happened today or if it happened tomorrow, but all the vendors will have all the items unlocked, and everything will be 1 ruble. So you can kind of play around with stuff. If you haven't played around with stuff yet, you can go check it out, and it kind of gives you an insight to what's ahead on the horizon for you on Tarkov if you so choose to stick with it. So it's going to be exciting. 12/12 is going to be either very ambitious or very bad, but if you enjoy the game, I think you're going to enjoy this update. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it seems like it definitely looks like a good map. It looks really interesting to see some of the mix of what um the locales that we've seen in the past, where it kind of jumps between what you're saying. It's sort of like woods, it's sort of like shoreline, it's sort of like reserve. It's got a little good mix of everything, and then some of the new weapons look like they're actually kind of rad.
It's very linear, but it looks like as linear as it is, you're gonna turn a corner and be like, "Oh shit," and just have somebody right in your teeth.
Yeah,
So that's gonna
and
be interesting.
and then playing with this map scale
Yep.
always ends up anytime a developer plays with map scale and map layout in a way that isn't just here's a big area to play in.
Mhm.
You get different emergent gameplay styles from the map itself being set up in a way that is actually interesting. So
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what shoreline or not shoreline lighthouse ends up actually playing like. I may actually jump back in and play a little bit of Tarkov. I dipped as soon as I hit level 20 on this last one. That was a hell of a grind. I'm not gonna lie.
I
Now
went back to
that
15.
flea market is level 15, right?
Yep.
It
I
feels
went
a
back to
little bit
15.
more natural. It feels a little bit
Back
more
back to
accessible.
back to 15, which is good.
That feels a little bit right. I may jump back in from time to time with the guys and gals on Tarkov. And if you are thinking about jumping into Tarkov, make sure that you have a Sherpa to help you along. You are going to have a bad time if you do not have a team or have someone helping you learn how to play this damn game. Uh, don't just go in like I did and just start berating your friends that told you to buy this game. I just jumped in and instantly sent Stevie text messages like, "What the hell did I buy? What is this game? I don't
Say for
understand
about
what you had me purchase."
4 or 5 days, I got some good hate mail from Aaron for a little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was so worth it, so worth it.
So and then I ended up playing a whole wipe like religiously over and over, like just straight
Yep.
through all the way through the end of the wipe. So, um, I that looks interesting. It looks exciting, but I think it might be time to get to the meat and potatoes of what we're actually here to talk about. We went over Halo. We talked about Caldera. We talked about Battlefield a little bit. We talked about Tarkov more than I thought we probably would have. But you know, it is Tarkov, and it is a core game for people like us. But tonight we're here to talk about two things. Like we hit at the beginning of the show. We're here to talk about Star Wars, and we're here to talk about Warhammer. Two things. And right
Yep.
now, it is time to watch the Star Wars Eclipse cinematic reveal trailer.
I don't know if I can do it again.
It just has so much good feels to it,
Oh, good,
and
man.
it just we're just gonna watch it again.
Just
So,
give me a countdown, and I'll watch it with you.
all right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Shit. Here we go. It's just all over the place. There we go.
The Tau.
It's Yoda.
Quantic Dream, hats off to you, lads
Just
and ladies. My God.
how do you not have like? Am I supposed to watch that and not have chills all over my body? Like, is
Right?
that supposed
How
to
do you
not?
not? Yeah, how do you not
Am
lose
I
your mind
not
over that?
supposed to get chills? That's so ridiculously good for a launch, just a reveal trailer for a game that we have no idea what it's going to be. We have
I just,
no information what this actually looks like.
yeah,
That is such an incredible, just cinematic trailer that expands on an era of Star Wars that makes it feel so much larger than what we've gotten so far.
yeah,
It just feels so huge and massive, and I just am so excited to see what the hell this ends up being.
yeah. There are so many questions that I have, and it's just like,
It's an action adventure game. That's what we know,
yeah,
which means probably third person
more than likely.
and probably in some capacity, a linear experience of some kind. More than likely. I don't know this developer. I don't know what else they've created, but I know that this is ridiculously huge and incredible. And so it builds off of a lot of like already established design and art style
Yep.
within Star Wars in general. There's a lot of similarities to a lot of different things we've already seen, and then they add this Tau-like war mongering race that we're just now seeing, the ones that are playing the drums, that seem to be like the main antagonist from what we can tell here, is that
They're
there's
hyping whoever's in the Dune
the Dune,
slime
yeah, the
there.
Dune slime.
Whoever's in the Dune slime, they're clearly like that person needs a big introduction. So
Yes.
that's their job.
So
It's just
they
drum
definitely
'em.
seem like the main antagonist, and that has such a Dune feel to the whole segment. And then some of these ships, like these final ships in the end, those new ones that we're seeing, they did a good reveal on those ships. Like, hey,
Yeah.
here's a new capital ship style. Like, here's the ones you've seen from the Federation, and now the Trade Federation. Now here's these new guys that you get to experience for the first time. This is such a cool. I'm just in. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm just in, and I just want to play it. I just want to
So
see more from
I'm
this
hope
universe now.
I'm hoping that it's not gonna be, not that it was bad, not that the Old Republic was bad, but I really hope that with all of this and all this hype and all of this like just wow factor that's happening, I hope that we're not getting some MMO deal. But on the website it says it's a multi-character branched out story. So, is it going to be, kind of like how like the Modern Warfare single players are?
Right.
You play like different characters heading out. I mean, I'll tell you right now, that looks really rad. And as much as I like to play with my friends and I love multiplayer and co-op stuff and all that, if this was a single player outing of just epic proportions, I would be so fine with that.
Yeah,
I would
I
be
think I'd
so fine with that.
100% be okay with that. That's
I
that's
would
why I
totally
was
be
so
okay with that.
okay with Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen
It was
Order.
just a straightforward single player. You go in and have your adventure, and then you're done. I think if
Even
this is the same thing and it's just a big massive piece, and then maybe there's some I I don't need a multiplayer from this. I just need something that
so
tells a good story. And I think that's what they want to do with the High Republic, is they want to tell good stories. And that's where they're starting with. They're starting with novels. They're starting with creating an interactive experience like this. And we'll probably see what they end up pushing it to become for either television or movies. I think this is what we're seeing, foundations being laid for a universe setting that is familiar, but just
yep.
so much bigger. Because
They
that war looked massive.
Everything about that trailer felt like Star Wars, but it felt unfamiliar, and I think that's what made me love it the most.
Mhm.
Because right off the cuff, if you're a Star Wars fan, it jumps out at you. Even if you're not a Star Wars fan, there's the hints and the cues for you to go, "Oh shit, hey, is that Star Wars?" And I think that's what's great. That's what makes great entertainment. Things that's what makes things pop, and that's what makes people go, what just happened? Like, oh my god, that's the wow factor that the entertainment business can bring forward if they do something original. I'm not going to get on a tangent about that. I'm just saying out loud that's what happens, because that is exactly what happened right there.
Yeah.
If you're not a Star Wars fan, but you're familiar with it, I mean, it's one of the biggest franchises in the world. Even if you don't know it, you recognize it. And I think they did such a great job with this trailer, because if you knew it, you were hyped up about it. If you don't know it and you're familiar with it,
You get
you're
hyped up
curious.
about it.
You're curious, and then you get hyped up about it because
Yeah.
it just looks like something different.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's, take cues from The Mandalorian, a whole new story, a whole new set of characters, same universe, but it's a whole new outing, something magical. Thank God's bless Dave and John, Filoni, Favreau. You guys keep doing the Lord's work out there, but do something in that same thread of, hey, this universe is huge, this universe is massive, we can do such wonderful things with this. How do we do it now? How do we go about getting this done? Well, let's make some characters. And I think that's the one thing that makes it hard when people are working on IPs and they're working on just things, or working on titles that are within a universe already, is that, okay, well, we can't directly copy it, we got to make something new from it. Oh, well, I don't want to have to do all this work to make sure. Let's just continue it. It's easier to try to just go off of something someone's already done than to try to create something that's feasible within that as well. But it certainly looks like that's exactly what they did with Eclipse, because that's just wow. That is just wow is the only thing I can keep saying, because just wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it. It was Star Wars, but it felt like I was watching the Dune trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, everything with that universe building in there is just the
It's
questions I have, the excitement that I have is just like, take my money now. I mean, I'll say it right now. Take my money right now. Just give me more substance. Tell me what this is about. I need to know.
Yeah, they
Like,
could
that's
launch a
great.
pre-order tomorrow. I would jump in.
100%.
Yeah. Rip
Oh
and
yeah.
tear until Grogu is safe. That is truth. We need to find out what
100%.
happened. We need to
Yep.
know. I'm fully in.
Hey, spoiler alert, that's not Yoda in the commercial, it's Grogu.
It's Grogu.
It's
Yeah,
Grogu.
it's
Spoiler
actually
alert.
it's
Twist.
the High Republic is like 100 years in the future. That's what it is. That's what the High Republic is. We just figured it out. We're on to you, Lucasfilm.
We
We
got
got
it.
it.
Hey,
We figured it out.
This
We're
week
smart.
in gaming. This week in gaming, just cracked your code.
Yeah,
Da
we're
Vinci
super
style.
smart. Yeah. Yeah, I got a whole grid system up here with all of the lines connected over here, people. It's all figured out. I'm like Charlie from friggin' Always Sunny over here. So I'm excited for this because it looks like it's a dark Star Wars
Yes.
setting. It has all of the big and flashy and Star Warsy color, but at the same time they're very much going a much deeper, darker tone with this,
Yeah.
and pretty set on seeing what that is, because I'm in. I don't know what it is yet, but I'm totally in. I don't give a
But you-
damn at this point.
But you know what?
Send me a link with a
Yep.
pre-order. Just take
I'll
it.
do it.
Just
do it.
take my. I'm just gonna. Whatever. I'll just auto draft from now on. For just you guys, just tell me what I owe you. It's fine.
Put in the same thread as like your bills. It's all just on auto pay.
It's all on auto pay. I don't know.
All on auto pay. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just it's so exciting to see a different realm of Star Wars come out, because yeah, you're 100% right. It's a darker. It looks like a darker toned. It looks like a darker toned Star Wars, and that in itself is absolutely awesome, because Star Wars is cool, yes, but when you look at the underlying tones of everything, and you look at like the universe itself, it can be kind of a bleak place. Not Warhammer 40K bleak, but you got planets being destroyed just for the sake of it. You got a dude with asthma that'll just cut you in half because you just breathe wrong, and just there is a lot of dark shit there within that, and expanding upon this and having like a different tone for something that's so familiar is just super awesome. And
There was just menace in that
yes,
trailer, and that's something that I think is missing a lot when we talk about antagonists for Star Wars, unless we're talking about Darth Vader. So
yeah, like your
seeing and
main three guys.
feeling the menace from a trailer is not something that I'm very used to when it comes to a Star Wars
And you know the best part
film
when you
or
say it out loud, when you say
movie
like
or
when you
show, whatever the
when
fuck.
you say when you say it out loud like that, I just thought of this. We don't even know who the bad guys really are in this trailer.
No idea.
When you say it like that, like yeah, we have no idea who's who. We don't know who the bad guys are. We see some menacing people, and it's like, we have
Th-
no
Are they
idea.
the baddies? That's what we're
Yeah,
asking ourselves.
that's yeah.
They look
Who is
like the
this?
baddies, but we don't know
Yeah,
who the baddies are.
is this the bad guy?
And
Is this
and you
the
get like halfway through the game and you're like, wait, are we the baddies?
yeah? You realize you've been punked, and it's like, oh
Yeah,
no, we're bad.
you're
Fuck.
you're the one bombing
Oh,
cities. You're the
oh
one.
no, we're the bad guys. Oh no,
uh,
we're bad.
I'm very interested. I very much want to see more. It's
Yeah.
gonna probably be a year and a half before we see anything else from this. It's an early
Oh yeah.
development, so who knows what that
Yes.
means. It's probably in pre-alpha stage right now, so we'll see what comes from it.
Yeah.
It's
Everything we've seen, we probably won't see anything available for it until I'd say earliest next fall. Next
yeah.
fall, next Christmas.
Just give
A
me
lot of hype.
if it ends up just being Assassin's Creed Star Wars, I don't care. I'm cool,
Holy shit, man, that's awesome sounding.
right?
Can we have can I want that.
Can
I'd like that very
get,
much.
guys
Please,
clip that?
please,
Make sure you send that to Lucasfilm. Yeah. Okay. Thank
please.
you. Thank you.
Quantic Realm. Can you send that to them, please?
Yeah.
Please. Jamie,
Did you?
Jamie, clip that.
Okay.
Jamie, clip that. Send to him.
All right. Just don't
Jamie.
don't don't tell them I said. Just send them the idea. God damn it. All right. So we're all excited about this. Make sure you guys go
Extremely.
check it out. Make sure you read up on it and pay attention pretty close to this channel because you know that we will be covering it more moving forward. While we still have you, we have one more piece of the puzzle
This
on
one
the
was kind
docket.
of this one was kind of
This
more
one just came out of fucking nowhere.
nowhere, man. This one
We had
really did.
no idea that this was coming.
Because we heard
Nobody,
of
I know leaks, no like
nothing,
whispers.
nothing at all.
They had this one on lockdown, and
They
it
did a
was
great job of securing it. They did a great because
holy
we knew.
jeez.
So this
Oof.
was announced. It was so like a year ago. It was announced that there was a new Star Wars IP coming out, and there was the memes about it, and there was we're gonna get Ray's single player game, and like people like dunked all over it and whatever. Eclipse has done a great job of shunning that out, but we knew that was coming. I don't think anybody had an
Nobody
inkling of an
had a
idea for Space
clue
Marine 2.
that
A
Space
game
Marine 2
a game that came out like
a
10 years ago
decade
now.
ago.
A decade ago it came out to the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3s, and PC, and it was super fucking rad. Like I knew nothing about that universe. I knew nothing about it at all, but I was so enveloped and just taken over by that universe and by everything that was in that game. Not even knowing the lore, not even knowing the characters and knowing what Ultramarines and Space Marines and Guard, not even know any of that. But just for the fact of it being a cool ass game with some badass content and just wonderful playability,
Yeah.
that was phenomenal. Now that I am a little more knowledge and I am a little more versed and I'm a lot more familiar with these things, I am about 50,000 times more excited for this than I was for the other one. I think I have a fucking Space Marine poster, like an original GameStop midnight released Warhammer 40K Space Marine poster somewhere around here. I will have to look for
I
it, but I'm
still
pretty sure I got it.
have I still have the collector's edition Purity Seal magnet on my refrigerator
From that,
from Space Marine 1 being released.
yep,
It is still on my
beautiful,
refrigerator. That whole thing
beautiful.
is just Star Wars and Warhammer, people. It's just Star Wars and Warhammer back there. And you're right, Rock Pass. It is becoming more mainstream, and it's because of people like Henry Cavill, who's out there spreading the gospel to the fucking people.
Fucking doing the Lord's work.
He's telling
getting
people
out
about
there.
it, and we are here for it. We are here for it. Let's go ahead and watch this trailer because it is yet another hype train
Another one.
that we
As
have to
DJ
get.
Khaled says, another one.
We have to get up on this other hype train now. Damn it! I'm just gonna be so tired of hype. I'm not gonna be tired of hype. I'm always here for
Never.
it. I'm always here for the hype.
I just want to know is Mark Strong back as a Space Marine? That's what I want to know.
I gotta
Is it
do the
Mark
volume.
Strong?
There we go.
Give me a countdown, sir.
And we're going right now.
I'm rolling with it. Tyranid scum.
It's so good to intro you with IG.
Company command! This is first platoon! We've lost the square! We can't hold it!
That guy's getting skewered. That dude back there. Only the 40K universe, the just most meta head rip. God.
I love the double taps on the dead ones.
Dead checks. God, dude, seeing guardsmen react to they'll never get old. The music that they arranged.
See, I didn't see that little hint of gameplay when I first saw it. That wasn't in the first trailer that I saw. So Xbox had that little extra
blurb.
at the end there.
That little blurb there to get you.
Oh man. Like I feel like we got to take a quick look at that again just in yeah. Oh, it's going to be so much good. I'm so excited for that. I can't fully. So
It's hard to wrap your head around, dude, because it's just gonna be.
it's been 10 years without this game, and it's been one that people have wanted back for a very, very, very long time. Basically, since the first one launched, they wanted another one. What we got was a kind of clunky multiplayer version of it, where you get to play team deathmatchy style stuff.
Yeah.
And it definitely was like a add-on that they were like, oh well, we have it. Why not? We made that. It's not great, but it's there.
We did it.
And then yeah, I would totally be down for. I said it in the chat, but does seeing 3 of them mean that we might get a 3-person co-op?
It certainly seems like they're hinting at that. Like they're showing
Or they're just showing off like, oh, we have the weapons again, right? Like
Yeah.
here's a bunch of weapons that we're gonna have instantly. Like, but we kind of expect that, right? Like they could have just could have just been for effect. Could have been for showing off the armors that you'll be able to like customize and have. They'll definitely be doing the multiplayer again for this one, since it's part of the original. They'll definitely have that in this again. I would love to have a co-op version of Space Marine.
Yes.
I think that would be super fun. I
Yeah.
think just the level of violence from that first game maxed out to 3 would be rad.
That whole 3 thing though, man, it just that odd man out of 3 instead of 4, that does
I
kind
mean,
of
I say the
me a
same
little
thing when I
bit.
see a 4-man co-op game, right? Like, why not
Yeah.
5,
Right?
right?
It was just
Why
because
can't
it
I have a
scales.
squad of 5?
Why
Why?
can't I have why can't I have 10?
Yeah.
Why can't I have
Why
10?
can't I just have 10 people in my game? Come on.
For the record, you can do that on Insurgency Sandstorm, just so that's there.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay. Great.
no, I'm excited to see that because Cam and I talked about it last night. They had a wave mode. I don't know if it was a co-op campaign for the first Space Marine, but they did have that wave mode that you could just put hours and hours and hours into.
Oh,
And
right.
just holding off against them. And I do remember doing that, and that was super fucking rad.
Now, I remember
Was
that now. Yeah, that was actually a lot of fun. Couldn't you become like a dreadnought at one point in
Yep.
that? I believe. Yeah, like that. They did so much cool stuff. In just like adding content and adding game modes. I think we're gonna see something really, really exciting from this. And all they have to do is make Space Marine 1 again, but with better graphics, and we would be totally happy. Like that's as far as they really need to go. They don't need to be crazy with it, but they're gonna add a bunch of great stuff from this for this one.
There's so much depth in the things that you can fucking fight in the 40K universe. Just the first game, you're fighting the greenskins. This one, you're fighting the Tyranids. Next game, you know,
Yeah, and in the first one, you're like, oh, we're fighting orcs, and then all of a sudden you're fighting chaos.
yeah,
So like,
like
there's space to expand on
it's one of the
your
most.
adversaries pretty quickly.
I'm very new to it, but there's such depth and there's such variety in the enemies and in the stories and in the just the overall aesthetic of 40K. It's just, it can last for 40,000 years. It really can.
Yeah,
There's so much you can fucking do. It is amazing to me.
yeah.
And
There's a lot.
it's so rad that it's coming out cuz Dark Tide is also coming out this next year as well. The Left for Dead style Fat Shark, the dudes that did Vermintide, they're doing that where you're fighting the chaos as well.
I've been waiting for that one. I haven't seen
That's
much
gonna
come
be
from
rad.
it recently, so I've kind of fallen off on the
They pushed
knowledge
it.
train.
Yeah, they pushed that one, but I'm okay with that because that's one that
Get it right.
Yep. I don't.
Just get it right. Just get your launch right. You are a smaller developer. You do not have the luxury of just pumping money into something.
They're a
Get
smaller
this
developer
shit right.
they're a smaller developer that has killed it with both Vermintide 1 and Vermintide 2.
Yeah.
Vermintide 2 was great, or Vermintide 1 was great. Vermintide 2, they pulled off the Two Towers, Matrix Reloaded, Godfather Part 2 success of sequels of just taking the first one and just blowing it out of the water and being absolutely phenomenal. And I was super happy to hear that they had picked up the title to do Dark Tide because everything that I'd heard about Dark Tide from guys like Chungus and guys like Cam about what the premise of it was and where they were going to be at, I was like, that's going to be super fucking awesome. The Deathwing was really cool. I really enjoyed that, but the tone of Vermintide was super, super well done. And I really wanted good things for Dark Tide. And Fat Shark picking it up and essentially doing everything they did with Vermintide, but just doing it in the 40K universe. I'm super excited for that. And it seems like, Rock Pass said it, Warhammer is starting to hit the mainstream. It seems like Warhammer's hitting the mainstream. It seems like they're starting to make their rounds, and everybody's kind of going, "Oh, what is this? This universe? Wait, how long has this been around for? These guys, they're saying these guys could kill Master Chief. What? That was a conversation I heard. I heard this in a conversation like a month ago, just in the nerd realm of chat, and they're like, "But Master Chief," but it's like, no. It's like, dude, I love John 117. I love him to death. All right, Steve Downs, Chicago guy, love him to death. But I'll tell you right now, I don't think he would really have too much of a hope against a. It's a This dude, Aaron has given me a full layout of what these guys do. Chungus has told me all the history of what these guys are capable of and what it's you can see all the inspiration of characters built off of the 40K universe and the space badassery that they are. I mean, they truly are in a league of their own. And it's if we wanted to sit down and do an episode of This Week in Warhammer, we could be talking for 9 hours and not even scratch the surface of the surface. There's just so much, and it's so rad too. It's not like there's a lot of stuff out there that has a lot of substance and a lot of content behind it, but it's just like, why did we need all of this? Like, this is just kind of boring. Everything that I've been learning with Warhammer, like every couple of weeks, something new. It's been rad. It's been so cool, and it's just I'm glad that it's hitting the mainstream cycle now. Yeah, it's just I'm super excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see um, some of the better franchises get more, or even the new franchises like Darktide get some traction, um, and then seeing this one come back, seeing Games Workshop kind of spread their wings a little bit and letting some of um, those developers just kind of get out there and make something interesting. They've done that a lot in the past, where they kind of let a lot of games get launched out all at the same time, and then they had some success here and there. There was that 360 Kill Team game that came out back in the day. That was a lot of fun to play,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't extremely polished. It was kind of like an arcadey, like whatever, shoot 'em up adventure. But seeing games like Space Marine get that polish, get that next level. Seeing games like Dark Tide coming out, where it's going to be just a completely different experience.
Yep, that would be
Um,
it. I mean,
I'm just really really excited. I've been playing or modeling the Warhammer universe since I was 15. Like I've been in this fight. I've been in it. I've been here for it, and I'm really
you
just
were
happy.
there.
Yeah. So seeing it get some love from people like
You know,
Cavill and getting more mainstream appeal. They're back. They're in
yeah,
Target now. They're in Barnes and
yeah,
Noble.
they're
Like
getting their due, man. The
we're
Warhammer
seeing it
shop
come
by my
out.
house. You
So
know, just the straight up Warhammer shop that's out here by my house. Like that was absolutely. There's a Subway on one side, a T-Mobile on the other, and then a Panera across the street. It's just like,
it's a
and it's just
perfect
here.
intersection.
Like this is great, and it's
Yeah.
just it's so fun because it's like there's a lot to get into. But if you're somebody that likes watching Game of Thrones, if you're somebody that likes watching Lord of the Rings, there's all kinds of stuff out there for Warhammer that you could just take a look at and go, "Wow, this is cool."
Yeah.
Like there's a ton of that stuff out there. And I had a thought on that as well, as far as like games like getting like their repolish and coming back. I think because there's a ton of games that came out. We're not going to get into it right now because we'll be here for another 4 hours. But there were a ton of games that came out back in the day that it's like, man, we didn't get a sequel to it, or oh man, like that would have been great to see where that story went to, and just that would have been cool to see that continue. This is kind of a cool launching point for people to go, like other people in the industry to go. Space Marine 2 was that the game that came out on Xbox 360? They're making a sequel for it, like 10 years too late. No, I mean
No,
look
it's
look
not
at the
too late.
God, no, it's not too late. Look at the hype around it. Look at everything that is exciting. Think about it. You had two of the biggest things right now in nerddom that are happening that has kind of overshadowed everything else. Oh, Halo Infinite is released. That's awesome. No, everybody's talking about Eclipse. What the fuck was that? Everybody's talking about Space Marine 2. When the fuck is that coming out? Like it's a huge jumping point for nerds everywhere, which is going to be very interesting to see kind of the shift of how things are going to go. I think that you're going to see a lot more. I think you're going to see a lot more people trying to strike the lightning that Warhammer has been doing. You got the hype of Total War, Warhammer 3. You've got Dark Tide. You've got, Space Marine 2. Warhammer Plus is getting ready to jump out with all kinds of crazy content coming to it as well. Like, there's just so much coming out for this, and it's all exciting. I
Yeah.
think that's the part that's really awesome is that it's all exciting. There's some things like yeah, I heard about that, but I don't know. Like for us, Halo multiplayer. Oh, okay, yeah, we'll see what's going on. Halo story. Yes, yes, yes. Give it to me. I want that very much. Anything Warhammer, even if you're not really like a diehard fan, it's like, yes, I know it's gonna be rad. I know it's gonna be cool, and I'm excited to see it. Like
Yeah.
it's a good time to be a nerd right now.
It's a very good time to be a nerd, and
Oh yeah.
I think with that we can realistically wrap up and call this the nerd night that we've been waiting on for a while.
Yep.
We got to nerd out about some serious nerd stuff tonight, and I want to thank everybody for coming out. Stevie, where can people find you?
So if you guys want to check out what I'm doing, I have a couple of different ones. If you want to see me game, I stream pretty much every night, almost every night, I should say. I'm in the middle of a move right now, so it's a little sporadic. But you guys can check me out at twitch.tv/Stevie underscore V underscore. You can check me out on Instagram as well, Instagram /Stevie underscore V. And I'm always uploading there. I'm always doing stuff there. All kinds of goodies there. More nerd stuff. If you like the nerd, go check it out over there, guys.
Sweet. And if you're looking to find me on various platforms, you can find me at Aaron Provost, at Call for Fire, at Droids and Villains on Instagram. You can also find me at Aaron underscore Provost on Twitter. And you can find me on Facebook at uh, facebook.com/Call for Fire Design. I think. I'm not exactly sure. Find me on Facebook somewhere. You'll find it. You'll find me. It's out there.
You'll
Also,
see
make
it.
sure that you head up to shopcallforfire.com. That might be the easier way to find me. Also, aaronprovost.com. And if you're feeling frisky, keepferalcompany.com. Make sure that you guys come out next week. We don't know what we're going to cover yet because the news hasn't happened yet, but we will be staying tuned for you to bring you the news that you guys want to know about. Until then, I want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for nerding out with us, and we will see you next week. Enjoy. Have a good one, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Peace.
Do, 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 do.